What up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Matt Wyatt. So, I recently went out to go see the new film called Challengers. It's directed by the same man who directed Call Me by Your Name and Bones and All. And I'm going to be honest with you, I have not seen Call Me by Your Name. I've heard a lot of great things about the movie, and I will get around to checking it out eventually. And I've seen Bones and All, and for me, it was okay at its best. It's not one of Luca's best work. It had some redeemable qualities here and there, but overall, it wasn't my cup of tea. So the movie is essentially about Tashi, played by Zendaya, a former tennis prodigy turned coach, turned her husband from a mediocre into a champion. But to overcome a losing streak, she makes him perform at a challenger's event and needs to face his ex-best friend and Tashi's ex-boyfriend. So yeah, the plot was sounded very intriguing and it was so heavily marketed. And I thought the trailer was pretty decent, but it didn't blow my socks off. But I was willing to go open mind and give it the benefit of the doubt because I'm a big Zendaya fan. I think she's an incredible actress, and I had no doubt that she was going to crush this role. And I've heard a lot of people raving about it, saying that this is Zendaya's year. And after coming out of this film, I will say that this movie definitely was better than I thought it would be. I was expecting it to be decent, but I was not expecting it to really enjoy it as much as I did. This movie is absolutely fantastic. I enjoyed Luca's direction with the story, the editing and the music score was absolutely riveting, and it put me on the edge of my seat. He definitely did a great job of constructing the flashbacks because there's a lot of flashbacks going on, especially during the challengers event of the tennis match. And I'm not someone who is not a big tennis fan. I find it very boring, but Luca finds a way to build a story around it and not make you feel bored. And especially when you go back to the flashbacks prior to the challengers event, you start to explore the three main characters with Zendaya, Faist. I'm sorry if I'm butchering his last name, and Josh O'Connor. It's literally a love triangle. It's not a sports drama, and I thought the love triangle really worked. It didn't feel like it was such a cliche that we've seen countless times before in other movies. It actually worked, and their relationship is so toxic, and they made them feel so unlikable. But there are times where you want to root for one of them to win the match, and you completely flip flop as the film progresses, and it develops a lot of character study. And when you see the flashbacks, when you're exploring their backstory and how it led to this whole rivalry between the two of them, it starts to feel such an impact when we're getting into the middle of the challengers event, and it definitely add a lot of the drama. Zendaya is such an incredible in this movie. I thought her performance was absolutely fantastic. This is definitely Zendaya's year. I completely agree. She's literally coming off of the heels of Doom Part 2 that came out not that long ago. She's got two big heavy hitter movies so far, and I definitely believe that she's going to get an Oscar recognition. And I wouldn't be surprised, and I think it's very well deserved. She puts on such a transformative performance, making me believe that she's an older character and a younger character once we explore from the flashback to the present day time. And we explore toxic relationship with her husband because we see two sides of the coin when one of them wants to continue tennis and one of them does not. And there's one big negative that I have with the film was Zendaya and Mike's daughter. I thought, to me, she was kind of a pointless addition, and she was kind of shoehorned in and didn't have anything to add to the story. And I wish they would have done a little bit more with her, but they kind of failed to acknowledge her at times. And to be honest, she's kind of more of the victim out of the three of these characters, especially when she's caught in the middle between the two of them who can't really figure their shit out about their future, and she's caught in the middle of their drama. I feel bad for her, honestly, but that's my only negative that I have, and that it wasn't enough to derail the movie for me. So I can literally give that a pass. And I thought Mike Faist and Josh O'Connor's performance was absolutely fantastic. I really bought the chemistry between the two of them. They were incredible. I'm not familiar with Josh O'Connor's work, but I'm definitely familiar with Mike's work. I thought he's such a phenomenal actor. And overall, this is definitely an incredible movie from beginning to end. And sure, there are some things that didn't work for me, but I will say that the tennis match sequences were definitely well choreographed. The sound editing was very impressive. There was a lot of tennis balls flying in your face at the screen, and it almost felt like the ball was coming right at me. He did a great job of choreograph with the tennis match, especially when he was doing the POV camera work when you're seeing to each players from one side to the other as they're whacking the ball. It was definitely well done. They know how to make it more entertaining and interesting, especially when you build the story around these characters. That makes it such an impact to the third act finale. And in each of these, and Mike and Josh are playing a bunch of mind games on each other before they get into the match, and they definitely explore that. It's crazy. And you and it definitely builds up the tension and the suspense. Like you think that one person is going to win and one will not, but it definitely pulls a 180 on us, and it definitely kept me on edge. Overall, this is definitely one of the best movies I've seen all year. It might end up being my top 10 favorite movies so far for 2024. And yeah, we're slowly getting into the 2024 movies because it's been a little bit of a rocky start in the first half, but now we're slowly catching up. And I don't know if I want to get this a perfect score, but I believe if once I go back and watch it again, I start to appreciate it more and more. Especially I can go back and learn some of the information with these characters that I may have missed. But you know what? I think this movie is worth watching in the cinema. And this is another win. This is probably Luca's best work as a director. Now, have you seen the movie? What did you think of it? Did you enjoy it, or do you disagree with me and saying, you know what, this movie wasn't made for me? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this video, make sure you leave it a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. I appreciate you guys supporting my channel, and I hope you guys have a great day, great evening, wherever you're from. If you want to follow my social media platforms, the link tree will be down in the description down below. I hope you guys have a great weekend and take care.